Hey guys, it's Perry. Today we're doing a competitive Clash review. This is like Diamond Tier 1 Clash. We're going to have a really different lens on the review today. We're going to look at what you can be doing as a jungler to play better in competitive League of Legends. For those of you guys who are playing in like amateur leagues or trying to go pro, this is probably a good VOD for you to watch, a good video for you guys to watch. So we're the Nidalee on this side. Let's take a look at our draft and everything. So first thing in competitive game is sort of assessing the draft and the idea and your win con. So normally in solo queue I say always path top to bot, but this game specifically it's not that linear. We have to assess what our win con is. We have to assess what our champion wants to do, what objective we want to play for. It's a communicative thing that needs to happen every game. So your job as a jungler is to ask your laners if they have prio or not. So did you ask your laners if they have prio?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did your top laner say?
Top laner has Prow.
Okay, and then mid laner?
Mid laner, it's kind of hard to say. It's more like a skill matchup.
Okay, that's what he said to you? He said like a skill matchup?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's like we'll just put even. Okay, and then bot lane?
Bot lane, they have the shove.
Okay, well, enemy has shove.
Yeah.
Okay, so in competitive, it is normally easier to path to prio. Okay, it's sort of counterintuitive because you have a Braum, you have an Ashe, and you can play towards the bot side. But in competitive, the idea is pathing to prio will always generate in a potential invade, potential dive, or potential full clear for you, secure safely. So the problem with pathing towards no prio is if the enemy Maokai has 3 brain cells, he can clear his bot camps and then invade your bot lane with bot prio. And then now you're in a questionable position. Alternatively, if you path towards bot side and you 3v3 at any point and the enemy has prio, the likeliness of you winning can, 3v3 when they have prio, they have wave control, can be really, really hard, it can be difficult. So these are all ideas you need to think about, obviously, at the start of the game. After we think about just the initial lanes, we need to think about the actual champions. You have and the actual conditions. So you have some advantage because you have barrier, they have TP. You're playing Ashe, you're playing Braum. So your champions by themselves are way stronger than Seraphine and Nami. So pathing towards bot side this game is actually not that bad. Let's see what you decide to do. So this sort of checklist should happen every single game. Okay. Play with him a little, sure. We are gonna path top to bot. You ask for your Braum for ward. This is great. Okay, so in your head, in this game state when you're pathing towards bot side, what are you thinking about playing for?
Right now, I'm thinking about playing for just like bot at the moment.
What around bot lane? Are you trying to dive them? You're trying to gank them? You're trying to full clear? You're trying to do dragon laner? What are you playing for? What is your plan?
Right now, I'm just looking for a full clear. It's kind of hard to gank a Nami Seraphine.
Okay.
At the moment, just because they're shoving so hard. Our Renekton had Prow so quickly, so we just went for the invade right away.
Okay. Okay, so this invade is a bit how do I say this? A bit aggressive, right? It's a bit bad for both you and your Renekton. This is very bad. Okay, let me explain a really crucial competitive concept here. So every lane, actually, when do your laners hit level 3?
This is second wave.
Huh? So
next wave.
Okay, so your laners need the cannon wave to get level 3. When do you get level 3?
Off next buff.
Okay, so you need 3 camps to get level 3. Your laners need 3 waves to get level 3. It's the same amount of time for you to do 3. Actually, it's quicker for you, a little slower for them. But if you do 3 camps and you let your Renekton clear this wave, Renekton will come level 3. You'll be here level 3. You obviously beat Maokai 1v1. You have Conqueror as well. Your Renekton has complete prio, complete control. He can hard crash this wave right here. and then you will have a wave crash against Poppy, level 3, and you'll be able to push the Maokai off and get the blue buff and the Grump. Additionally, your mid laner can also push for Prio level 3 on this cannon wave.
Yeah.
So the timing of your invade is terrible. So
It was premature.
Yes, the rule of thumb is you must invade once you have level 3. So it's a three-wave invade is what we call it. Normally it's called a 3-wave dive because alternatively, with how fed top lane is going, you can do your Raptors here, looking at Poppy's HP. Oh, Poppy TP's back actually, so that's actually... Oh no, he doesn't TP back. Poppy's actually just really low. So alternatively, what you could do is you could do a 3-wave dive here. The problem with this 3-wave dive here is the top wave crashes too early. So if you... Okay, actually, let me ask here. So your idea was path towards bot side. Okay, we can play towards bot lane. You wanted full clear. At what point did you decide that, hey, I want to actually invade top side? At what point?
Well, we knew Maokai was bot, and because Renekton was pushing so hard,
Yes.
I just thought it would be a good time to go for blue.
Okay. Okay, so now that makes sense, right? You want to get level 3 first, and then go for blue buff. Maokai cannot clear these camps in time, right? You'll clear this and make it in time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in my head, I thought that I could just get blue and level 3 before he arrives, but obviously the wave statements should have been set up before doing that, which makes sense.
You also got spotted, unluckily.
Yeah.
Right? They have a little ghost pro there.
Yeah.
But so the problem with that statement as well is you're invading and then you're leaving. Why would you want to invade and leave if you have a champion like Renekton and a champion like Rise, which at this point he looks like he's like doing all right in his lane. He can take 2 potions as well. I mean, he has a tier, so it's not as strong, but he can potentially push for Prio here. Like he has 5 minions, they have 3. Your top has full control. Why take one camp and leave when you can potentially take Gromp and blue buff here? See the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, because you have a winning top and mid lane.
Yeah, double Prio.
So play off the waves. Okay, so you got spotted. This is a little bit sad. Renekton goes in. He's level 2. This is like so miserable for him. You probably out here.
I almost outplayed them, but I shouldn't have speared. I should have just went into the bush.
I think yes, Rise is full control. So I think the bigger problem... because you think of Renekton TP?
Yeah, if I just walk into the bush here, I think it's fine, but the Poppy use a dash.
Yeah. Alright, so we're off to a really fucked up start. That's all we know right now. And then you're Renekton grab a solo, that's great. You're down to the bot side, sure. So the big takeaway I want you to have here is when looking for invades, you must play off in the game.
Yeah.
You must be level 3. You must normally play off level 3. Review wave crash. Need level 3, or do buff / wraps into invade. So alternatively, if you really think Maokai's starting bot lane, you can go Raptors straight into the top side. That you've seen that path before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the adjustment. Or you can do your red buff straight into the blue buff. Okay. Let me ask you a overall question. Do you get outscaled in this game?
I know Renekton falls off from Ashe is kind of strong. I feel like no, because we have the Rise as well.
Okay. So that should also give you the idea that you don't need to overforce things in the early game. I know you felt confident. I know you had the prio. I know you're like, yeah, I see the angle here. But generally speaking, when I found myself during my pro career, my amateur time, trying to get into the academy, when I found myself invading pre-level 4, I would almost always put myself in a really fucked up situation. Armeo, I believe he's on IMT still, LCS. He was the academy crusher. He would crush all the rookies coming in. He would crush all the veterans, he'd just be the fucking best in Academy. After studying him and playing against him for a long time, the way he played the game was so simply annoying, but it actually made sense. He actually did not invade and did not do things until the enemy jungler did something stupid first. His principle when watching him play was simply full clear, work with a laner that's strong. So your bot lane, mid lane, and top lane are all winning. So this game they're all strong. Play for objectives and hard punish when the enemy jungler makes a stupid decision. So if you're probably gonna continue playing your competitive while you're grinding solo queue. When you're playing competitive games, I want you to not feel pressured to do things as much as it looked like you felt in this scenario. Even now, let's see what you do. You go back to camps. It's great. If I see you make another play, I can obviously tell you're gonna be feeling like really pressured to do stuff all the time here, right? Like this is just like you feel so pressured to do things. I can already tell how you're feeling. You're so stressed. Farm your camps. Get level 6. Work with your prio. If there's no prio, farm for items. This concept is universal, solo queue or competitive. Because even if you said that yes, we get hard outscaled, the idea is that okay, that's a draft problem, not a oh I'm fucked up in the game problem. On top of that, when you get outscaled, there's often times in the mid game where you actually are stronger than them, and not always in the early game. There's not always going to be opportunity in the early game to shit on enemies. So if you're a early game champion, for example, like you're playing Italy, okay, so you're sort of an early game champion. If there's no opportunity for you to do something, farming for your first item or level 6 and then playing like an absolute psychopath is still a very good principle to follow in competitive as well. Okay, so snowballing in the early game doesn't actually mean doing it within the first 5, 6, 7 minutes. If there's no opportunity for that to happen. Okay. Put this away. Farm. Bot lane gets soloed. Okay, so this is looking really rough because your mid laner also died. Your top laner died again. Bot lane just got soloed. And you died earlier, obviously. So we're off to a really fucking messy situation. So you decide you want to recall here. You want to go back to the bot side. Okay. So in reviews for scrims, for example, we would spend, at least the way I look at it from jungler perspective, I would spend the next 15 to 30 minutes literally deciding what the fuck went wrong at this time right here, which is why we spend a good 9 minutes looking at it. At this point of the game, coming back is very difficult if the enemy team is human. Okay, is it possible to come back? Absolutely. The way you come back is you trade against the enemy. I'm sure you've heard this concept before, right? Trading against the enemy.
Yeah.
It's especially important in competitive to find active trades against the enemy. So when behind, you must look for any trade play you can find. So what I'm looking for here is Maokai is likely in the bot side. How do we know that? When we speared the top side here, no one was here.
Camps were gone.
Camps were gone. And if we think about what happened earlier and we think about how crazy Ballin is playing, and overall, what objective Maokai likely wants to play for? Wait, we actually fucking spot him here. So this is even more ridiculous for all of you guys. You spot him here. You see Maokai in the bot side. You ping him. You know what can you trade against Maokai here.
I mean, it's hard to say because they have prio, mid, and top, and bot now. So I kind of just farm.
Okay. If Maokai does dragon, what do you normally want to take in response?
Void grabs or rift.
Okay.
Whatever. Top side probably. Or gank top.
Okay.
Or mid.
So the reason why you're afraid of doing grubs likely is because mid and top have prio, right? Is that the fear behind doing grubs here?
Yeah.
Okay. If Poppy leaves lane and Yone leaves lane, that gives your Ryze and Renekton an opportunity to get prio and win the grubs with you. Alternatively, like you said, depending on the conditions of the lane, you could possibly gank them. But the most important thing here is you are using your pull on the Void Grubs as a pressure sink. Okay, you're taking pressure away from the lanes, so on this wave and this wave, they can get prio, and then they can reconvene and help you.
It's like taking turns.
Huh? So they come to you, you get out, they push. Great, now we can do the objective. And the most important reason why this is possible is because Maokai's in the bot side. Normally, if they move in here, then the Void Grubs are gone because Maokai's doing them, and then you're never here in the first place. Because Maokai's on the bot side, you actually want the Poppy and Yone to come. You give your teammates some breathing room. Even if you don't get the Void Grubs at the end of the day, you will have created some pressure on the map. And likely, if you're Poppy or Yone, do you actually want to leave lane here to randomly check the Void Grubs? Potentially. Like not even randomly, like obviously Maokai can let teammates know. Do you necessarily want to do that as these laners?
I mean, I feel like as Poppy, it's okay.
Uh-huh.
And for Yon, it probably doesn't really matter as well, right?
Yeah. So realistically, they can check. So then you got to think about, okay, likely they will come after they push the wave, which both waves are being pushed in right now. So then you need to think about your escape route. Is it hard to escape as Nidalee?
No.
Yeah. So that's why it's actually really easy for you to do this on Nidalee. If you're playing champion like Maokai, now you got a fucking problem.
Yeah, you can just sapling over the wall and hope for the best.
Yeah. Right. So these grubs can potentially be yours. And given how stupid people are, well, I promise you, I've played fucking many games. Like people in Challenger don't fucking check grubs here because laners want to lane. This wave is not fully done crashing. Yone's not gonna let Ryze push the next wave. If Yone leaves the lane here, Ryze gets a free recall. Yone's not letting that happen. He's staying. Poppy's not letting that happen. He's staying. If you do the grubs and you force them to come, then your teammates get to push the wave recall, breathing room.
Right, so either way, it's good for the laners. But
Exactly.
it's bad for me, though, right?
Typically. Well, nothing's good for you. You have no winning lanes. The best case for you is that you can create some sort of advantage for everyone.
Okay.
Or in a great world, you get the grubs.
Yeah.
And you can't think of yourself of, oh, what's the best for me to do? You ruined your own game. So it's not your job to carry the game anymore. It's your job to find plays to get back in the game. You're not playing an, oh, what's best for me? You're playing an, oh, what's best for the entire game. At this point.
Yeah.
Okay. See, if like you had done this a whole minute ago, right?
Yeah.
You would have got all of them. But Maokai didn't even do the dragon? Sorry, what?
I know. I don't know why. We were all confused as well.
He dove VOD, actually? Sorry, what? Sorry, give me a second. He's going bot side. Yeah, he hovers. Alright.
And then he just leaves.
His ball is recalling, so it's, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's questionable. Alright, moving on. So you gotta do the dragon. Great. You pull off a heist. You also got one grub, which is great. Your top winner is getting mogged. Good. You find an opportunity to trade. Good. Good. Super play. Let's super play. Super spear. Nice. Back to camps. Good opportunity to find yourself back into the game. Seraphine has no ultimate, something you can keep track of. Okay. Getting info. Good. You should have a lot of golds here. Okay. You going Lichbane? Sorry, Landry's?
I go Leandre's into Horizon Focus this one.
Okay.
I only like to build Lichbane if I'm like already ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so this game. Okay, so there is many resources on the map right now for you to take. You have your Krugs that you could have taken, and you have his Raptors that you could still be invading. Instead, you show mid lane here.
Yeah, I missed a spear. I was really hoping I could time it through the minions when he came back, but I was getting minion blocked.
Okay, your mid laner is not winning, right? Like he's down a lot of gold. He's down a kill. You don't win mid 2v2. Why are we here? Okay, so
yeah, that's true.
So the idea here is I do not want to reveal myself because I can play for resources and guess what? Get closer to Lyandrews, which will then maybe make my 2v2 winnable. Alternatively, depending on where the enemy jungler is, I do not want to announce where I am, so they have to play with the fear of, oh, maybe I'm ganking here, maybe I'm ganking here, maybe I'm ganking here. Or maybe you're doing the grubs. And then if the enemy Maokai, I believe he showed top lane here in a second, shows that he's doing these grubs, where can you go? If you've never revealed yourself. Yep, and then you could potentially.
Raptors already,
yeah, you're already on Raptors. You could potentially die bot lane. Guess what? You have Ashe R, Braum R, and there's one key condition from this last play that we made that is very important for us to think about. What is the key condition I'm talking about here?
Just a land of spear.
No, because you land a spear. One key condition I'm talking about here that's very important for you to think about.
Oh, Seraphine ult.
Yeah, Seraphine's ult's very long.
It is very long.
It's a 2.5 minute cooldown. So just in general, well, if you play the game enough, you'll know how like Ashe R is fucking way shorter, right? You play with many Ashes, way shorter than a Seraphine R. Seraphine R is like a Kindred R in terms of length. Maokai, for example, is just as much as fucking Ashe R. It's broken ass champions. That's why they're picked so often because their ults are just so broken. But Seraphine likely has no ultimate, and even if Seraphine does have ultimate, your champions altogether, you land a spear with Ashe R, Braum R, all these guys, likely you can put a lot of pressure. And what is your actual goal in the bot side? If Maokai's up top, what is your actual goal?
To kill them to get plates.
Okay, what if you can't kill them?
Shove the wave. Crash
Shove
the
the-
waves and then get reset.
Yep, and then... Oh, okay, so your teammates can reset? You want to put pressure on the bot side. How can you put pressure? So you almost have it. You want kills for plates, but you don't need to kill them to get plates. What do you need to do to get plates?
Just crash the wave.
Okay, and then if they're there catching it, what do you need to do?
Just dive them, I guess.
Okay, dive them, but do you have to kill them?
Yes.
How come? If they're 30% HP, can they catch the next wave?
No, they just got a base, right?
Yeah, or then you actually kill them.
Yeah.
So what's your goal now that you see this perspective?
Just to do damage and put pressure bot.
Yeah, what champion are you playing? Ding, 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 you're playing Nidalee. 2 spears. You're a good Nidalee player, you stand here, all the way back here, by the way, all the way back here. You go bot lane, and you just start chucking spears. And now you've created, again, another avenue getting back into the game for your Ashe and your Braum. And now you're creating pressure, and now Maokai has to make a choice. Do I do these grubs, or do I recall and run straight to the bot side? It's very hard for Maokai to make a choice here. Because Maokai is giving up Seraphine and Nami. Does that make sense?
Yep, that does.
So the avenues you have to trading, you're not optimizing what you could be doing. And then here, key concept, and I'll tell you a story, is revealing yourself. It is crucial to stay in Fog of War unless you are getting something valuable. This is a really important concept in solo queue, but here's a story. So when I was a rookie on Dignitas, we were in playoffs. I came in like right at the end of our regular split. XU went to LCS. Some weird trade happened with River. It was a whole shenanigan. They got me. I've never played Academy. I'm playing in the big leagues now, and I had Gamsu. He was LCS way back in the day, and he's playing Academy now. And my Dignitas roster was great. Insanity, Gamsu, Neo, and JJ. And what happened was Neo was crazy, and JJ they were both really strong bot lane, and Gamsu was the tank top king. So what happened is every time Gamsu would just pick a tank, and the enemy would pick a really fucking annoying champion to punish the tank. I had this habit of going mid lane to help Insanity, and going bot lane to help Neo, which sounds right because Insanity is a hard carry, and Neo's pretty hard carry. The problem is, I showed so frequently that Neo would be down 2-3, oh sorry, not Neo, Gamsu would be down 2-3 plates, 20-30 CS, simply from the fact that I showed. It took me a long time to understand that. What he was trying to explain to me is the enemy laners can't play that aggressively if they don't know where the enemy jungler is, period. Because although I always emphasize play towards your strong side, don't interact with weak side, a lot of junglers actually do play on the weak side. So the enemy laner is always scared of the enemy jungler. So if I showed less, Gamsu would be able to play his game a little better. If every time I showed, I created a massive advantage for Neo and Insanity, it would be fine. I would show a lot less frequently and it would be fine. But because I just showed like this shit right here, like what the fuck are you doing? This is actually very, very bad because now Poppy can play like a psychopath, Maokai can play like a psychopath, and even bot lane can play like psychos if they wanted to. So you need to have a massive emphasis on do not reveal yourself unless you're getting something absolutely massive. So this also means that, hey, if this is warded right here, off chance it's warded, let's just say there's a pink ward here. Where should you path if that's pink warded?
Probably just through pit.
Yeah. Now you're thinking. Now this is warded. Where should you path?
Through Krugs.
Yeah. You can go this wall. You can go around here. Now you're actually thinking about how to dodge vision.
Yeah.
You're playing Nidalee. You need to think about that. And then my main idea is, hey, you need to fucking not just go mid lane for fun. Okay, Maokai's doing grubbers. We're taking this. The guy comes, get 1v2s, you guys. It's absolute psycho. Great. You get camp. Great. You're really close to item. Very, very nice. You get the gold there. Nice. You have your item. Okay. Big. They want 2v2 bot top lane. Okay. Oh, my friend. Dragon, 12 seconds. What is my jungler doing?
Not recalling.
Alert! Everyone on your team, Renekton, Ryze, Ashe, and Braum, please report this to Italy. That's if I'm a coach, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because you've come back in this game. Your top lane and mid lane are strong. Your mid laner's coming back with an item because they got a massive shutdown. Your top laner's coming back with an item. You've had your item for 3 minutes. It's like 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. You can come back. Your bot lane is also pretty strong. You can come back. Your Renekton can make plays. Alternatively, if they do the dragon, where do you want to be if they're doing the dragon?
Well, dragon.
Well, if they're doing it, you can't contest it. Where do you want to be?
Well, on their top side.
Okay, and you want to be having all your gold spent, and you want to be shoving spears up into Poppy. The problem is, you are fucking AFK on the dragon timer. Oh, you overtempo even more.
I think we agreed just to give.
Yeah.
Because Poppy TP'd bot side.
Yeah.
And as soon as Poppy TP'd bot side, I just got rid of my entire ideas and just like went straight to his top instead.
This is a great response. The problem is you have 1,400 gold.
Too much.
Well, you have your item. You don't even have your item while you're invading here. If at any point someone can come contest you, like if Yone's not doing this, it tries to retake with Poppy, by the way, because Poppy can come and maybe Poppy overstayed here. Poppy should insta recall here, right? Poppy TP bot lane, and Poppy doesn't need to be here. Poppy can recall, and Yone can get prio, and then go defend top camps. And then what? You're gonna fight them with 1,400 gold? You're gonna lose the fight. So when do we recall is the question. Let's see.
After this wave, probably.
After this wave? No. After you have your item, my friend, right here. You have already inted by going for this grump.
I think I need this grump for item now.
It's 800.
Okay. Right? No, it's grief, yeah. Yeah.
And if you need a little bit more gold, yell at your Braum, say, hey bro, don't fucking take my pink ward, you fucking rat, bro. I'm actually 9xing this guy, bro. You're really close to your item. You need that gold. Okay. And then if you had insta recall, you can still catch his mid waves, and you can still do exactly what you did, but you would put yourself in a better position.
Yeah.
So you take the top camps. Great. By the way, when you're invading like this and you know the enemy is bot side, do the wolves first, then do your Gromp. The reason why is wolves is scarier to take. Gromp is easier to take because you're next to your teammate over here.
I was actually already scared to take Romp, but I didn't go for wolves until after I realized Yone is just never going to come.
Well, Yone is not coming right now. Like, he's like actively not coming, right?
Yeah.
So if he's mid lane and he went Fog of War right now, let's say he went Fog of War right now, you can still one shot this by the time it comes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go do the Gromp.
Okay.
And if you really want to critically think here about, okay, I'm scared of him defending his top camps, why are you doing this Krugs then? Go straight to the wolves and Gromp.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wait. What? Do you know why I'm saying what?
Renekton not using his W for 1,000 years.
And then you using your Q when you're like, just wait.
I was waiting for him to use I swear to God, my teammates troll me sometimes, but I was literally telling him to stun the Poppy for my spear, and he just never did.
And then if he never does it, then why are you spearing?
Yeah, I guess I could just auto-A.
You're just griefing anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, your teammates are inting you, but why int with them? You're all inters here.
We int together.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. You know, Renekton's not trolling you here. Renekton's actually really smart. He's waiting for his empowered W. Yeah. Which, if you look at it, stuns way longer. It goes from 0.75 seconds to 1.5. This Renekton is stupid, bro. He's not trolling you. He's trying to win the game right now. And you're trolling him.
Okay.
Don't throw your Q out until the stun is there. Either way.
Okay.
If I'm Renekton, I'm fucking tweaking on you, bro. Not other way around. Because that's a huge opportunity for you guys to play for. And guess what? You're in the top side here again. By the way, for that Poppy kill, potentially if you had your item and you land that spear, it would be 100% kill. But now if you land that spear, you still might not have killed him. And if they fight you guys here at any point, again, you have so much gold in your pocket. It's so fucking dangerous. Okay, we get our item. Wonderful. I don't know what these guys are doing.
Yeah, that was a bad dive.
Okay, your mid laner's winning trades. What the fuck did you... Okay.
It trolled me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was bad driver.
Bad driver. Okay, so
bad driver.
You guys... Okay. There's two perspectives here. There's the perspective of, I want to accelerate the game now because we are winning in this specific position. And I understand that perspective because Rise is like, I want trades, I want to do stuff, I want to be proactive. The other perspective is, you're playing jungle, what do you want as your jungler right now?
Just take objectives and camps.
We have 5 camps up. It's like we have 5 camps up. Think about it as a laner that has 5 fucking waves under their turret.
Mm-hmm.
When you do shit like this, you're letting those 5 waves under your turret just like simmer. Just die. It takes a while for all that shit to die, but yeah, it's dying. Okay, so technically I don't want to be here right now, accidentally. I want my Braum to go defend Rise, so Rise can do this confidently, while I go farm my camps, and then instead of playing for this mid turret, which other turrets can we play for?
Top, because it's basically gone.
Basically gone. Alternatively, you got bot turret. The reason why this is so important to understand is because if I really quickly expand this, really important concept for us to look at here. When you think about the ease of taking turrets, these turrets are easier to take, so we'll label them as 1 and 1. We'll label the mid turret as 2. We'll label the inners as 3 and 3. We'll label this one as 4, 5 and 5, and 6. So you always want to go through the side lane first, then towards the mid lane. So if the side turrets are alive, you want to break them. Because they are so much easier to break compared to the mid turret. Now, will there be opportunity where you can break the mid turret first? Absolutely. Then you got to evaluate whether or not it's worth given the timer. So specifically in this timer, you have 5 camps up. So instead of dropping this camp midway, I'm finishing this. And if you're worried that Maokai is going to hover the Rise the whole time and give Rise a big problem, you are creating a massive advantage for yourself because you're going to be up so many camps while Maokai is doing fuck all. That's the way one should look at it. Not like, oh, I need to match Maokai because Rise needs help. It's like, no, you farm here, and Maokai is going to waste his time, and you're going to be so much stronger in the next fight, you can 1v9 the game. Or, the last perspective here, the last thing I want you to think about, is could you have broken this turret without using a big resource like Herald? And looking at this position, could you guys have broken this together without using this Herald here?
Probably, but Braum, I guess it's probably fine. I mean, Yon's like basically one. Yeah, the
irony is you guys like pretty much broke it like almost without Herald anyway. You guys would have broken in this next turn.
Yeah.
Don't use such a massive resource for things that you don't need to break immediately, things that you don't need to do immediately. The game is now back in your hands. You don't need to force things. What's going to happen is the enemy is going to force something. Let's say on the next dragon, let's say on the next mid bot top, and then what you're going to do is you're going to use Herald, and you're going to get 2-3 turrets in response to them getting maybe 1. It's optimistic. Maybe you get 1 or 2 turrets.
Yeah.
So don't use such a big resource like that. It's so sad to see. The big thing about Herald is when Dragon comes up and you can have Herald up, it's the biggest pressure point in the world because they gotta make choices. When you make the enemy make choices, you know you're the winning you're the winning player. Okay, 1,000 gold. Let's see, Renekton is dead. 1,200 gold, recall, set up the bot side, okay. That is so sad.
This was sad.
Okay. So, their Seraphine just flashed. And it's negative HP. Right?
Yeah.
What are you playing for?
Dragon in a minute.
3 seconds. Right here. This guy, right here. 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So, you want to do this dragon. Do you need to kill Seraphine to do this dragon in this specific scenario?
No, it's just nice.
It's nice, yep. So, you don't need to though, right? Like,
no, I mean, in this current game state, we didn't seem very strong because Yone was just so ahead, and Poppy was also a pretty big factor with our Renekton down. So I just felt like I had to do something here for us to be able to take this objective.
Right. For Yone's thing, hold tab. Your Rise is like stronger than Yone. Right, like I don't know what's wrong. Like you guys all need to hold tab collectively, and then you also got to hold tab. Like Poppy and Renekton are actually pretty fucking even in strength too. Look at the gold. Sorry, the not even there's a literal goal that I'm showing you, but just by holding tab,
Yeah.
the items. Okay. So you want to kill Seraphine, I get it. Seraphine also has teleport, it makes sense. You don't need to index your flash or key abilities to kill the Seraphine. You simply need to get these guys below 30-40% HP, then you can do this dragon. So even right here, I am not flashing on Seraphine, I'm using my ultimate, I'm hitting Nami, and I'm going to get Nami's flash too. Can Nami play the next team fight, or Nami and Seraphine play the next team fight without flashes? How, like they can, right? Like pretty much my goal here is not to kill, but always to get an advantage for the objective that I'm playing for, even if it's a small one. So this scenario, you don't actually need to kill them here, especially because Maokai used the key ability in the top side, which is Maokai Ultimate.
Yeah.
And his flash if you're connected and communicating that. Alright, so here I'm looking to pressure Nami, not flash on this guy. Pressure Nami, pressure Nami, pressure Nami. Okay. And then like you obviously go for this guy. It's chill. They're dead. You get kind of teleported on. Okay. You go back in. You should not go back in. You should just keep kiting down towards the pocket here, and then just keep play in the pocket. But yeah, they should still get. What happened to Rise? Oh, we got Poppyard. Rest in pieces. You guys got shit on here, but that is a byproduct of what you did.
Yeah, it's...
So you also just don't want to flash like that. You don't need to flash like that. Don't flash like that. On top of the Seraphine. Okay, you guys have a really good response or something. You set up on the top side. This is a good response. Guys lost his mind, sincerely. You guys are in a great position. Okay, we'll speed it up a little bit here. You want to play for this bot turret. You want to go into the bot side. Good. Okay, so this is gonna be probably the last thing we talk. We'll talk about one or two more concepts.
Okay.
You have Baron here. You guys are strong. You obviously just want Baron. You guys should feel like pretty fucking good. What is the thing you guys are playing for right now?
Probably for side towers, right?
Yep, side towers. Right now that you know have the information. But tier 1. So pretty much, excuse me by the way, pretty much you have this mid wave right here. You have this bot wave right here. These waves you want to interact with to break this bot turret. Where the fuck are you?
Farming.
Yeah. What are you farming for, bro? This is the time. Yeah. So in the mid game, when you can play for turrets, you have Baron, you have items, you're snowballing, you do not farm. You farm the enemy junglers' camps, and you farm turrets and enemy, like enemies, like damage. Funny enough. Okay, so back here, when you're running out of base, where should you be running towards if you're playing for the bot tier 1?
I should be running towards probably wolves.
Yeah, and then you can transition wolves into the bot side.
Yeah.
Okay, even now, you can still cross through mid and then go down to the bot side with Braum. This is your timer to get vision with Braum. You're still trying to look for camps. You're still trying to look for camps. You're still trying to look for camps. Mid lane has crashed. Great. You and Braum should have already... Like, you and Braum, while Ashe is clearing this mid wave, by the way, should be already setting up vision here, and being ready to transfer your pressure down towards the bot side. So, you need to be parallel to waves. This is a concept. I have a video on this as well. It's important in competitive, more so than solo queue, because you can organize how to play parallel on waves with your allies. The real thing I want to teach you here is called the 4-1 or the 1-3-1 transition into a 4-1 combo. You guys have prio. It's never been easier. You guys are trying to play for this bot tier 1. Which you can do here, and actually I'll give you the room here. What do you think you guys should be doing after you push this mid wave? What do you guys think you should be doing?
Getting vision bot side and just collapsing on the bot tower.
Okay, tell me everyone who's going down there and what's going to happen after. Tell me as if like yep, go ahead.
Renekton.
Yep.
We take the turret, and if there's someone there, then we just dive.
Okay, what does Recton do?
He just keeps shoving top.
Okay, that's where you're wrong. You, Ashe, and Braum do want to go bot lane and commit and break the spot turrets. Renekton pushes top wave and goes to mid lane. Mid lane is the most important role in the game in a competitive, in a competitive match.
Yeah.
You must push the mid wave.
Okay.
But you don't want it to be Ashe because you want Ashe for the bot dive.
Right.
So if Renekton takes the job, and instead of this being a 1-3-1, becomes a 1-4. And then Renekton can push mid, and you guys can push bot lane as 4, with the person dead here, hopefully. Alternatively, Renekton can push this wave, the next one spawning here, and return to top lane, and you guys can return to initial lane states, and then you guys have the spots broken already. Okay? The problem is right now, someone needs to be on this mid wave. So Ashe is correct here. And you guys want to pressure bot lane, so you guys are doing the correct thing here. You know who's not doing the correct thing? There's Little Inter. It's not any of you guys. You or you. It's this guy, he's not sure where to be. So, technically, Ashe could be afraid of getting engaged on mid. How likely do you think it is for Maokai, Seraphine, and Nami to jump to Ashe right now? With this being our lane state.
I would 100% just click R as Maokai.
And try and kill the Ashe?
Yeah.
As Maokai, Seraphine, and Nami?
Maybe.
You have no information. Does Maokai, Seraphine, Nami win against literally Ashe, Braum?
No.
Okay. Look at the position this guy's catching their wave. They cannot walk up at all. Right, so you guys, as red side, can let Ashe catch this mid wave by herself, safely, sure, and while you guys dive bot lane. And even if Ashe dies in this exchange, that's Ashe's fault. Now it's the next thing, time with ADC, what ADC's job is. But your guys' job, you the jungler and the support, have to collectively decide on what to do here. I do not want to ever see this ever again. You being bot lane and your support being mid lane. Most of the time, it is so much better if you guys are just simply grouped together. So even if you just left Ryze on this island for a little bit and let Renekton on this island, and you just push this next wave because your wave's slow, which is your fault for doing the shenanigans here, and then not being late to get vision. If you just wanted to do this wave and then this wave, that would also work as well.
Okay.
The most important thing here, though, is to understand that, like, you should already be walking into the jungle here, chucking spears, checking with W, that by the time this wave hits the center here, you're already in their jungle. By the time this wave hits here. That's the difference of the position you're in. Look at where you are when the wave hits the center. You're all the way back there. Make sense?
Yeah.
And then that will give you the opportunity to maybe throw some spears on the Yone way ahead of time.
Right.
Back to the concept we're talking about. You're playing Nidalee, you're playing a poke champ. You want to play to your champion's strengths. You can chuck spears at people under their turrets. Work combo that with Ryze, EW. It's really easy. Okay, so you die. You guys all die or something? Let's see. No, Ryze trades back. Okay. Ryze TPs, gets killed, sure. It's deja vu.
Should just go bot, right?
Yeah, which turn are we playing for? A fucking mid tier 2? This is the fourth thing we're trying to play for. Remember. 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. The hardest one to play for.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing here.
This is very important, and every is so important. Good for Ashe. Nice. Please eat. Good. Okay. Nothing sort of gets caught here. You guys get Yone, Seraphine, Wombo comboed in the dome. Okay.
Yeah.
This is where, you know how you said at the start of the game, or like towards like at some point when I asked, do you guys get scale or not? So you said like
Yeah.
no. And you're right. You're not wrong about that. But in terms of a team fight, their draft is so superior that you guys need to play very very smart. Maokai R, Seraphine R, Yone R in conjunction together is fucking broken. Put that with Nami R as well. How fed like they are individually. Yeah, you guys got a fucking problem.
Yeah, it's a lot of AoE.
And then the big thing here is like you guys are just clumped so hard together.
We literally just got hit by 3 elves.
Yep. So you guys can space a little better, and the situation becomes much simpler. And then the big important thing here is what more are we playing for right now? Little Ash came here. Where do you think Ash is supposed to be?
Probably top or mid.
Top, mid, which one?
I'm gonna say top side.
So where Ash is correct.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
like more in lane.
More in lane, like up here.
That's probably wrong.
Well, you tell me.
Well, I think Ash should be like already shoving the wave with Renekton,
Serving top wave?
like helping gain vision control as well around Baron. It'd be a little risky for her to be mid, wouldn't it?
Why? You guys are coming mid. That's where your intention is wrong here too. I don't know why, after we get this kill here, you are trying to fight this guy necessarily. Like your idea is okay. And also it's not scary for Ash to necessarily go mid here. If Yone comes mid, period, Ash can always reposition with potential summons her ult, her W, her E. And if Yone goes to try and fuck with Ash mid lane, you guys just fucking win top 2v2, 3v3 with Ryze TP. If Yone goes mid, Ryze TPs.
Yeah.
Ash killing this mid wave is so important, and all three of you guys, except for Renekton, need to think about how you can help Ash in that case if Ash is under threat. Someone always needs to be mid lane. Always. If there's ever a wave touching the center here, both people, no one's here, both people either are fucking in their tempo or they're just stupid. It's no other explanation.
Yeah.
Okay? And that means I want you to be thinking that as well. Because when you push this mid wave, push the spot wave, top wave, push the spot wave, someone's going to receive the wave, and then at that point you can potentially do the objective. And if no one receives the wave, then you just break the turrets. Right now, you guys have not established control over the Baron. They're literally in the river with you. This is called a 5v5 or 4v4 team fight. We want to avoid as many team fights as we can possibly take. That's the joke behind League of Legends, is you actually aren't actually trying to constantly team fight. Good macro means you're only taking numbers advantage fights that are always easy to win.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys kind of got shit on here. And at this point, again, the composition is a bit rough.
Yeah, the game kind of just went downhill from there.
So this is third dragon for both sides. Again, looking at the mid wave. Where my homie's at? Where my homie's at? Where my homie's at? Where my homie's at? We're a little late. Two carries showing on wave. Very, very bad. I'm gonna use all this juice on you. Brahma's not thinking enough. Nothing TP'd late. They would like to TP after you broke your stop turret. 5v5 team fight against Seraphine scaled. Yone's strong. Malachi, the Rectan is really squishy while Poppy's really tanky. You're in a fucking pickle. So
Yeah, this is a
compositionally,
lot.
you guys pick some shit shams. Don't play Nidalee in competitive. TLDR. And then if you're going to play Ash Braum, like you need to play like a hard scaling jungler because Ash Braum is also not that great as you scale. You want to pick a hyper carry. So hyper carry examples are Tristana, Jinx, Zeri, Smolder, Kog'Maw. Those are the champions I play the AC, like instead of the Ashe. Ashe is a facilitating jungler or facilitating support. Fucking ADC, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then the last perspective, the last like lens you can have here, is right now they actually have Baron as well, and they're just fucking strong and they have control. And you guys have done a great job at baiting Seraphine TP. What do you think you can do when Seraphine does shit like this?
Just shove mid tower, give drag.
Oh yes,
Top.
it's turret, top. And then now you've given yourself another window of getting more items, getting like maybe Ash can work on getting wits. I think that is. Maybe Rise can work on getting seekers. Maybe you guys can fight in a better position. You get stall the game out a little more and find some other window of like because the longer the game goes on, the more opportunity the enemy has to make some stupid choices. So you can always find some sort of trades. So the moral of the story throughout competitive is there are always going to be opportunities for you to trade when the enemy makes a choice. There's always going to be something else for you to play for that's not always play into what they're playing for. At every point in the game, you sort of saw how I broke down what you can be doing in response to the good choice enemies making. In a high level game of League of Legends, both sides are just making good plays. That's it. Good play here, good play there, good play here, good play there. And then it just comes down to an evaluation of which one is worth more. That's high level jungling. So Maokai takes the grubs, you dive the ball in. Which one's worth more? Maokai does the dragon, you pressure the grubs, sink the pressure from mid top. Which one's worth more? Or should Maokai be in the grubs or the dragon?
Right. That makes
yeah.
sense.
It definitely winnable position after you get the Baron. You guys can snowball a little bit better. The window from here to here was a little bit rough, and then the last thing was just the Baron fight was just a little bit wonky. I need you to have that emphasis on mid waves, and when you fight, I mean, you're playing Italy, you just need to space better. Your spacing on Italy looks actually awful. Almost all of your deaths were for some reason you're just like too close to them. So something to consider when you're fighting.
Okay.
Alrighty. We didn't write everything down. I mean, it's probably gonna be like a recap. You're gonna. I mean, actually, I can recap some of these ideas. So the big thing is, always have someone positioned on the mid wave, and be ready to attack on mid wave. Be ready to push in the mid wave, as jungle plus support. Stay with your support as much as you can in the mid game to pressure vision and control over the map. After you pressure mid waves, transition your pressure to the side lanes. Take side lane turrets before mid lane turrets while fighting. Please make sure to space more and do not stack on top of your carry. While looking for trades, remember that you do not have to kill the enemies to get something back. I think overall, these are some main ideas.
Yeah, those are good.
All right, I'll send these over. And yeah,
I appreciate it, man.
of course. Good luck with your solo queue climb. We definitely keep in touch. Let me know. What you started with this, what you decided to do. I believe you said you're gonna play Zach, so we'll keep in touch on that. Hopefully, this gives you some insight on the competitive scene and overall. By the way, we just touched concept. We didn't even touch about like your actual communication, how you can educate your teammates, and there's just so much. There's just so much more to the competitive league. But that's for another day. Anyway, I will see you next time. And yeah, good luck with your climbing and everything.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, man. Take care.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, guys. Hopefully, this was a different change of pace where we review some competitive. So we're getting into the competitive mindset. Okay, guys. I've had years and years of professional play, and competitive is so advanced. It's just a lot happens. It's very very different from solo queue. But guys, I'll be honest. Before you worry too hard about competitive gameplay, please do yourself a favor and get yourself to at least masters or grandmasters if you're serious about having a good time in competitive. Playing in Emerald leagues is fun. Playing in Platinum leagues is fun. Playing in Diamond leagues is fun. Get to fucking masters and grandmasters, and you'll have way more fun. And a lot less people egoing you, stupid shit happening. But yeah, overall, that was some competitive concepts. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.